And joining us now is Ruby Hin. His son is the youngest U.S. hostage taken, and the family is hoping to finally bring him home. Ruby, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I want to get your reaction to this deal, but first, I want to talk a little bit about your son. Tell us about him, what you know about his status inside of Gaza, and if you can, just a little bit about who he is as a person.
Yeah, he's a fun-loving kid. He's the middle sibling, so he has an elder and younger sibling, so he is the connector in the family. We are New Yorkers, so we've typically done summers in New York with family in Long Island. And, you know, he grew up mostly in Tel Aviv, where both my family and my wife's family are Holocaust survivors. You know, the understanding of protecting the Jewish state resonated with him a lot. Avid basketball fan, you know, now we would be sitting here on the couch. He somehow became a Celtics fan. Sometimes I feel I failed like a father by him not being a Knicks fan. And just being here talking about basketball, playing, you know, NBA 2K. And he joined at the age of 18 the IDF, which is mandatory, whoever lives here in Tel Aviv. And he wanted to contribute and protect. And that's where he was on October 7th, protecting the ceasefire that was in place on the border of Gaza. He and his teammates in a tank did what they could, but as everybody knows, they were ambushed. And the cavalry, meaning IDF reinforcements, never showed up. His tank and his teammates, you know, they were taken. At the beginning, he was defined as missing in action, and after a couple of days, we were notified that it was taken hostage with no physical evidence in the tank or around the tank about his status. And to this day, Hamas have not acknowledged, A, that he is in their possession, and B, what his physical status is, which is the lowest type of psychological warfare you could think of. And at this moment, we are, you know, it's mixed emotions of excitement, anticipation, but also anxiety, because we don't know if Itay is accounted for and what his status is and when he's going to come out. We hope to hear from Mr. Witkoff soon. You know, he has always been in contact with us in times like this, and we just hope that he will be one of those that will be coming out in the next couple of days.
So you don't know right now whether or not Itay is alive inside of Gaza?
Well, we did get notified by the IDF that most likely he did not survive. But again, there was no physical evidence about it. We have not been provided any sign of life to date. You know, we have some hope that maybe we'll get a miracle. But at the moment, we are still waiting in anticipation and anxiety when and if he will be coming out.
In this moment, as so many people are watching, we have heard from the group, the organization that sort of formed after October 7th, representing the families of the hostages collectively, a statement that they released tonight, read in part, and I'm going to quote this: "This represents important and meaningful progress toward bringing everyone home, but our struggle is not over and will not end until the last hostage returns." Talk to me about how the last 2 years have been for you and all of the families who have gone through this. How have you been able to find ways to keep going and to still have hope, despite not having, in your case, any sort of information about your son's condition or status?
Yeah, it feels like we've been beamed up to a alternative universe. It's been like a continuous day for 2 years where we've been so much energy has gone into the fight of bringing back those 251 hostages. We still hope to believe that this agreement, and you know, now's the time to thank the president and Mr. Witkoff, Mr. Kushner, Secretary Rubio, and others that have been so much involved in this, that somehow, you know, the suspension or the suspended environment that we are in, we will be able to come back. And we need to keep the eye on the ball, which is making sure that this opportunity is not lost to get all of the hostages out. In the previous war, significant war with Hamas in Gaza. There was a ceasefire with a number of U.S. citizens, hostages left behind. Let's hope that this time we will do whatever is possible to make sure that every single one of them comes back home.
Ruby Hin, thank you for taking the time to speak with us tonight. We are so sorry for all that you and your family have been through, and we hope that there is some sort of positive news for you, your son, and your family in the days ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe one last thing to say, Alison. On October 7th, 46 U.S. citizens were killed by Hamas. And there's also that piece of justice that needs to come into play. And I hope that the United States will continue its fight against those responsible for what happened and bringing them to justice. And we hope as a U.S. citizen that Itay indeed will be accounted for sooner than later.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.